Member for Davenport.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And as I catch my breath here, it is with great pleasure that I rise today to address and speak on private members' notice of motion 64. And I want to commend my colleague, member from Ottawa Orleans, to bring forth this motion. As a female MPP and elected to this legislature, I cannot be more honored and proud to support the member's motion, which proposes to create 2 statues depicting Ontario's first 2 female MPPs, Margaret Rae Morrison Luckock, better known as Rae Luckock, and Agnes Macphail. I am proud and honored to recognize the contribution of these 2 women who helped shape Ontario's history, and proud to advocate for the installation of 2 statues in their honor. These would be the first statues of historical women from Ontario on the grounds of the legislature. Several monuments exist across Canada in significant numbers to honour famous women, including on Parliament Hill, at the Manitoba Legislature, and the L'Assemblée Nationale in Quebec. Rae Luckock and Agnes Macphail deserve to be recognized for their bravery. They stood up for what they believed in and encouraged women to be more engaged in the political process. Rae Luckock and Agnes Macphail were both elected in Ontario's 1943 general election. They were the first women elected into the Legislative Assembly of Ontario. New MPPs were usually sworn in alphabetical order. So, as such, Rae Luckock was supposed to be the first woman ever sworn in as MPP. But she deferred to Agnes Macphail in recognition of Agnes Macphail's long career as a federal MP. Rae Luckock was therefore the second woman to take the MPP's oath. Although largely forgotten in history due to the fact that she was accused of being a communist, Ms. Luckock was a proud social activist who eventually would found the Congress of Canadian Women's Voters in 1950. In the legislature, she advocated for causes such as free university tuition and improved rural education. She also championed the equality of women by advocating equal pay for equal work. Many of these issues are still discussed today within Ontario Legislature, and I'm honoured to work with my colleagues, along with our Premier, Kathleen Wynne, as Ms. Luckock did, to bring more women into politics and to educate and empower future generations of women politicians. This motion is especially important for me as Rae Luckock was elected as the member for the riding of Brackendale. Brackendale is an area which is now part of my own riding of Davenport. And as the first female MPP for Davenport, I feel a special connection with former MPP Luckock. Upon approval, I'll be happy to bring news of this private member's motion to all the women in Davenport and all my constituents. I will be especially proud to share this with the leading women and leading girls in my neighbourhood, as well as the 15 girls from schools in Davenport participating in this year's Girls Government. I want to show them that they, just as Rae Luckock did, can stand up for what they believe is right, and that they can step in the shoes of trailblazing women in politics like Rae Luckock, Agnes Macphail, and our very own Premier Kathleen Wynne, the first woman to serve as Premier in Ontario. As a female MPP, I feel like this is our collective duty as members of Provincial Parliament to support this private member's notice of motion and thank the member of Ottawa Orleans for bringing it forward. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.